Alright, what's up? Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a logo, typing, anything this kind of cool style using Photoshop 5 for Mac or PC. It's generally easy. You can do it if you're a beginner. It's not as hard. This one only took me about 10-15 minutes. Alright, so let's get started. What I'm trying to do is open up Photoshop. This is what I originally had. I'm going to show you how to make one lengthwise more than height, as you see here. Just go to File, whoops, File, New. Mine right now is 15 by 600 pixels. That works pretty well for what you want. If you just want to make it square, you can do it just 1000 by 1000, 800 by 800, whatever one will suit you. Okay. Now first, you have your background, as it over here. Grab your paint bucket. Make sure these colors are black and white, and make sure you're on black. Dye the first background black. Next, grab your text tool. Make sure your color is set to white, because if it's not set to white, it won't work as properly. Click anywhere. I generally suggest using 100-point font. Or 100-point sizing. It's a lot easier, and it works well for this type of layout. I'm going to use Bank Gothic like I did before. It's a good font. Kind of works. I'll just type in Photoshop. Now that I have Photoshop, you wanna center this as best as you can, left, right, and top to bottom, because you're gonna be using something that is gonna be even on all sides. So you want to make this as even as possible. That's pretty good. All right. Now that you have those two, what you're gonna do is you want to go up to Filter. Oh, whoops. Make sure you click out of text, go up to Filter, Stylize, all the way down to Wind. Press OK. Alright, your window's going to pop up, and you're going to have this suggestion box, or direction box. Click from the right, and press OK. And you're getting a little wind here. That's not as much as we want, so for PC, you can do Control F, or for Mac, Command F, and press it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. You know what? I'm not even going to do it 4 times just because I have that much room. Alright, so I have 4 times. Go back up to Filter, down to Stylize, right back down to Wind, and instead of using from the right, use from the left. Press OK. That's going to give you a little bit of wind from the left. Do the same thing we did before, Command F and or Control F. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, how many times you do it depends on how much room you have on either side. I have a lot of room, so I wanted to do it 4 times. Normally, you only have enough room for 3, but if you have that opportunity. Okay, now we're going to create the effect that's up and down. We're going to go all the way back up to Image, Image Rotation, and 90 degrees clockwise. It's going to flip it like this. And you may guess we're going to go up to Stylize, Wind, on the right, OK. Back again, Command F or Control F. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do it 3 times just because that's how it looks pretty good. Now go back up to Filter, Stylize, Wind, from the left, OK. Now do the same. 1, 2. That looks pretty good. 3. Okay, good. Go back up to Image, Image Rotation, 90 degrees counterclockwise. Bring it right back to where it was. Okay, now that you have this, you're going to look down at your layers box, wherever you have it, and these two, right here, you're going to want to join them. So you can press Shift, and then the other one, and have them together, right-click, and merge layers. So now we have 1 layer. That's good, that's good. Okay. Go to Text. Now this is where you're going to input the same thing you had before, exactly the same, except now you can change the color to whatever you want. I'm going to go for a cool red. Put the text back. Photoshop. Alright, now that I have that there, I have that layer, I'm going to go up to Layer, New, Layer. And you can label it whatever you want. Okay. Ignore that. Okay. Now, you want to place your layer between Photoshop and background. It's only named Photoshop because that's what I have the title as. So, it'll probably be text or something, but make the new layer between background and the text layer. What you're going to do is these three eyes on the side show you what you're looking at, and these are all three of those combined. What we want to see is just the layer 1 alone. Now that we have that alone, go up to your gradient tool on your left and choose a color that you like, a pattern. Though most people like the raster color, you can create that if you want, but I'm gonna go with just a regular rainbow spectrum. What you're gonna do, you can do this however you like, but this is the best way to do this for me. Go from corner to corner and get your gradient, and it'll give you a color scheme, and that's gonna be your layer 1. And what you're gonna do is refill in all these eyes so you can see everything. And you're not gonna see the background because the gradient's over it. So what you want to do is make sure you're clicked on your layer 1. Go here, instead of normal, scroll down until we get to overlay. Click overlay, and there we have the basic form of what we trying to show you. We have spikes, we have the color, we have the typing. Now, this is good in itself. If you want to get technical, you can go and double click your text on the side and bring up a layer style. You can do a lot of stuff beginner wise if you want to change like the font type, like drop a shadow behind the font, bring it to like opacity, maybe distance 0, give it a little bit more opacity, have it stick out a little more, and you can really work your way through this and like give it some cool effects, like hey, maybe give it a little outer glow, and bevel it on the boss. Do as much as you want to it. I just created that. That didn't take too long. Now that I have just that, that looks pretty good to me. I'm going to go up to File, Save As, go to my desktop. We're going to label this Photoshop. And instead, I'm going to bring it as a JPEG. Make sure you bring it as a JPEG if you've never used Photoshop before, because that means I usually bring mine to maximum just for the best quality. See where it landed. Over here. And there we go. Finished project. If you have any questions, anything you need to ask me on how to do it, just comment or message me, and I'll get back to you.